Hey, welcome to this overview of Felton Trading and SignalPro software. In trading, with proper execution and self-control, there's a lot of ways to win consistently. Unfortunately, there's an infinite number of ways to lose. And systems with big drawdowns, those are usually too stressful for most traders to handle. And complicated trading systems, those are just difficult from the get-go. Many traders find them hard to follow, and that's due to their complexity. And complexity, breeds fatigue, mental fatigue. And mental fatigue will breed mistakes. To demonstrate that I'm a trader, this is my trading room equity curve. It's the one in blue. And the one in red is one of my students, who is also a co-moderator. His name is Clint Hager. You'll meet him if you come into the Felton Trading Room. Now, as you can see, it goes back for the last couple of years plus some, and some traders say it looks pretty good. Mine was accomplished by trading just 2 contracts in the trading room and doing that on 6 to 8 trades per day, and then averaging a 4-figure daily profit goal. And it pleases me greatly that some of my students are now better traders than I am. And that's my main goal, to make my students better traders than I am, and do that with every trader that I train and mentor. Because no two successful traders ever trade exactly alike, at Felton Trading we provide a wide range of powerful trading tools for each trader to select from. And then we help each trader create the ideal system that will fit their personality, their trading style, and their trading account. It provides traders with 3 things that all traders must know in order to be successful. Exactly when to enter a trade. All traders must know that before they ever pull the trigger. They must know precisely where to place the stop. And they must know exactly where to exit the trade with to-the-tick accuracy. Now, this applies mainly to scalpers, since trend traders won't know their complete exit points until the market finally takes them out. We always strive to produce custom systems that involve little to no subjectivity in their usage. Many traders like the current system that I've been demonstrating in the Felton Trading Room for the past several months. They like it because it's simple, it's easy to learn, and it's totally objective, and it works with a high degree of consistency. So let me give you a brief overview of that system, and then you can decide for yourself if it's accurate enough as well as learnable for you. Every trading system has rules. This one has 4, and they're absolutely black and white. They're yes or no decisions. All 4 things must be present, or they're not. And if they are, you have a trade with either good to high potential to hit your predetermined target. This is a Felton Trading chart of the Russell 2000. Everything you see on this chart is generated automatically by the software called SignalPro. SignalPro has numerous functions and capabilities that don't exist in any other trading software product. You can even teach it to trade for you if you like. But for now, let's keep things simple by going over what 4 things are necessary in order to have a tradable signal. Remember, we're looking for the exact entry point, we're looking for the exact spot to place your stop, and we're looking for the exact point to the tick where to exit the trade. On this chart, you see some features like support and resistance here. You also see price. Price is sort of encapsulated by a band that we call price channel. And you see some indicators down here at the bottom, histogram and oscillator down here, a couple of them. So the 4 things we must have in order to have a tradable signal is, first, a signal. We have to have that. That, you'll notice it'll have a yellow label and a green arrow if it's a buy signal, and it'll have a red arrow if it's a sell signal. Next, we need to have the bar color to be the right color. If we're going long, we need a blue bar. If we're going short, we would need a red bar. These bars, by the way, are our Renko Supreme bars. The numbers up here, the 16.8. The 16 means that here in the Russell, the colored part of the bar, the red or the blue part, those are called the body of the candle. And these are each 16 ticks tall. Now we can make these any size. We could make them 50 ticks, or we could make them 2 ticks. It's totally up to you. Traders with small accounts would use rather small charts, like a 4-2, 6-3, 8-4, up to maybe a 10-5. Here, the 16.8, of course, we know the bar is 16 ticks inside. The 8 is the step size. That's the difference between the close of one bar and the close of the next bar, and that is 8 ticks. So the step size is exactly half of the bar size, and that's why I call these half-step charts. Now you can jumble up these numbers any way you want. We could have a 16.9, a 16.4. We could have a 10.3. We could have, you pick any two numbers, and you can run with them. But what you want to see is some good up and down kind of ocean wave volatility. And I like to see a run of bars of at least 7 bars before I will take a signal. I need to have that volatility in my trade. So with that, let's go look at how some of these signals would have performed if they meet our criteria. We need to have the bar color right. We need to have a signal. We need to have the histogram color correct. Blue if it's a long, red if it's a short, and we need to have the fast line. Those are the 4 things: the fast line, the histogram, the signal, and the bar color. Now, what's our target? What would our target be? In this system, the target will be either one of 2 things. As you can see, these little horizontal dotted lines, green ones and red ones, these represent 50% retrace markers. So the retrace, if we look at the distance from, say, up here, that's noted by that little green square, down to this little green square, the distance between that, now I use 50% because it's a high probability target. Other traders may use Fibonacci's, maybe use a 61.8 or a 38.2 or something. You can use anything you want, and SignalPro will plot that in there for you. But I use 50%. You'll see why as we go along here. But this is our first signal to consider. TS, stands for turn signal. It must meet certain criteria that we teach in the room. Now down here I must have green. When I align my crosshair on that signal and that bar, I must have a dark blue on my histogram, and the fast line must be green. It must have already turned green. So we have that condition here. We have the green fast line, green histogram, signal, and blue bar color. So that is a trade. That's a signal that we can take. Now, where are we going to go with it? Well, first, where are we going to get in? I get in a trade 1 tick beyond the closing price of my trigger bar. The trigger bar is the one that has the label and the arrow. I wait for that bar to complete. I let the market show me that what I see likely to happen is already happening. It's already doing it. So let that bar close, and then get in 1 tick beyond so it can't touch you, fill you, and then go back down and closes a red bar. Let it fill you. Now, the big question with a lot of traders is, where do I put my stop? Your stop is going to go right there at the base of the trigger bar. Every trigger bar is going to have a tail on it. None of these bars have wicks, but they do have a tail. And when you have a turn bar, you always have a tail on it. Your stop goes here, and it goes there because no matter where you look, there or here or here. No other bar. Once you get in a trade, no other bar comes along and messes with you. It doesn't take you out. You know, a lot of traders get so frustrated because they'll pull the trigger on a trade and the market goes up, knocks them out, hits their stop, knocks them out, knocks them off into the weeds, and then the market turns and heads on into the what would have been their profitable trade direction. That doesn't happen if you put your stop at the farthest point, the extended tail on these. Just put it right at the tip. Okay, so we get in here, and our target is the 50% marker. So let's mark that. That's this little green line right here. Sometimes I do put mine one tick shy of that marker. Price has a kind of a funny habit sometimes of just coming up and touching it and then bouncing away. And sometimes I don't get filled. So I for the past couple of months, I've just been putting my profit target one tick shy of that. And that's it. So we see here that we would have on this 16.8, remember each bar is 8 ticks. The first one would be 7. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bars, each bar being 8 ticks. That's 40, but we take one off because we had a little slippage right here. So that'd be 39 ticks. 39 ticks on 2 contracts. Now that's all I trade in the trading room is just 2 contracts. And I do that because I want traders to see what they can do with a very small account. By small account, I mean something like 2,500, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, even up to 10,000. If they have a relatively small account, they're probably going to want to trade one contract to begin with. But 39 ticks, if you're trading 2 contracts, as I do, that would be $780 in one trade. Now, traders will look at that and say, yeah, but look how much further it went. We'll teach you later. We'll teach you how to identify when price is likely to go to a resistance or support level and punch through and things like that. But guys, anybody who would make $780 in one trade on 2 contracts should be happy. Should be very happy. You don't need many $780 trades to make any reasonable go. Well, let's go to the next trade, next signal here, and it may or may not be correct. There's the turn signal indication. There's the arrow. Got 2 things. I've got one thing. Got the signal. I've got the bar color. It's red. Okay, so that's all set up for going short. And I have the red histogram down here. Look at that big red bar right there. But our fast line is the wrong color. It needs to be red, and it's green. So that's a no trade. Don't take it. Don't mess with it. Over here we have what's called a breakout. A breakout is simply where the blue bars will come up to some point, or there could be red bars coming down. They'll come up here to some level, and then the blue bars will come back an equal amount, and they'll close out at the same price that the string of blue did back over here, and that's our entry, a breakout signal. Okay, so we have the signal, we have the label, the green arrow, the blue bar. We got to look down here and see if everything's right, and we see that we do have a blue histogram bar, and we have the green bar here, and of course it's been going up for some time. So that's an entry. That's a trade. So where would we go with this trade? Well, this is kind of interesting because we don't have a 50% target of anything. We passed it up. It's back here. That's our 50% target of what it ran up. And so with no 50% target, we take 2 bars. And you can see there were a lot more than 2 bars here to be had. But there weren't more than a couple of bars here on this little IB signal, which we'll talk about next or in a minute. So it goes up here fires the trade. Everything's great down here. Our target is 2 bars. And remember, these are basically 8 tick bars, so that's 16 ticks. Take a tick off for slippage, and you got 15 ticks. 15 ticks on 2 contracts, guys. That's $300. In 2 trades, you've got over $1,000. You got the better part of $1,100, and you're out. You're done. The next trade comes along, and remember, this is all happening in one day. In fact, this is 2-day in the Russell. Then we get a signal up here, and it's another turn signal. We got the arrow, got the red bar. We look down here. The histogram is red coming down, and we have the red already showing on the fast line. That's the 4 things we need. So we would take an entry here. We put our stop right at the top of the tail, and our target is the 50%, because now we got a target. There it is. There's the red line. So let's see how this would have done for it. We have 1 bar, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, that's 40 ticks. Take off 1 for slippage getting in, and maybe get another tick of slippage. But basically, you're looking at 39 ticks, and that's another $780. Yeah, there was additional profit ahead, but you have a little IB signal here. Now, IB is whenever you get a red, blue, red, or a blue, red, blue. These are called IB signals. And this one's kind of peculiar. We do have the fast line coming down, but the bar color isn't that crimson red that we like. It says pink here. So that's a little showing weakness in the signal. I always take the crimson color. If the crimson color is there, I'm in. But when it's pink, I generally don't take the trade. But if you did, remember, we passed up our 50% target, so now our target becomes 2 bars. 1, 2. And we picked up 15 ticks, another $300. And there wasn't much left, guys. There wasn't much left on the bottom end of that thing. So now we have a turn signal right here. Let me move this arrow over. There's a turn signal. These are signals that were generated today by SignalPro here, telling you, take me or don't take me. And we look at this and we see that, okay, that's bullish. We have the signal. We look down here. The histogram is correct, but the fast line is not. It's the wrong color. So we can't take an entry here according to our rules. We had 3 out of 4, but we need 4 out of 4. But a little while later, we have a breakout signal. This is where the blue bar coming up here came down some more, then the blues came on up and equaled. They tied this high right here, and that is a breakout entry. And we look down here, and sure enough, now we're turning green on the fast line. We have the blue, dark blue histogram bar, and we have an entry. The 50% target is this right here. It's that. So we're looking at 2 bars. 2 bars. So you'd be looking at about 15 ticks with slippage, and that's another $300. Up here we have a turn signal and what's called a basic divergence signal. So you can have 2 signals that on the same bar based on their structure. So, okay, we look here and we see, all right, we need a signal, got it. We need red bar, we got it. We need a red histogram bar, and we got it. We need a red fast line. We don't have it. So we don't enter here. See how it keeps us out of trouble? Then over here, we have a turn signal stub. So we got a signal, bar, and line this up. And sure enough, the fast line is now red. The histogram bar is red. And we're good for 50%. And look at that. Isn't that's it comes down there to the tick. I have mine sitting, my target sitting 1 tick shy of that. I think it did go 1 tick beyond. but there's one tick shy of that. So I'm filled and out of the trade. Let's see how much profit that was. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 again. So we got another $780. That's all in one day, guys. Then up here, let's see. Here's one here. All right, let's just watch this one bar by bar. We have the signal. We have the bar. We have the red on the fast line, and we have the red histogram. That's a go. That's a go. We even have divergence with our double top in price up here and a lower high on our little power strength line down here. That's that little thin white one. It's basically, its function is to help alert us when a trend has reached its peak and is likely or about ready to turn and come on down. So here is an entry. I got everything I need. Where are we going for our target? We're going for half of the distance from here to here. See the two little squares? It's telling us what we're doing. We're measuring from this low to this high. These little bars here, these are just noise bars. So it looks at this as all one bullish move. So it's measuring here down to here, and half of that is right here. So away we go. And again, almost to the tick, we have our target made. And that's why I go for 50%. So there were more, guys. There were more of these things, and more trades, more signals. I see a little breakout right here. There's a little breakout signal. He says, okay, I'm good for 2 bars. There's, let's see if he made it. 1, there's 2. Okay, so you pick up another $300. It goes on and on and on like that. Not every trade wins. It just happened that the Russell had a nice string of winners. But if you didn't know the rules, or you didn't have rules, you could have taken something wrong, like this trade here. Now, if that happens, if you ever take a trade and it doesn't work, maybe everything's fine down here, and it doesn't work, look for what we call the rebate trade. All right, you spent some money in here, you lost. Now price comes back up and does the little breakout here, and you take that for 2 bars. So what you lose here, you get it back there. This actually would have been by the time the blue here, that's about a break even. So you'd have been ahead of the game taking that, but it already had the breakout and everything was right down here. Okay, so that's a little overview of a chart, and learn a little bit. So when you come into Felton Trading, you can see that we do things different, but we keep things simple, and we keep things accurate, and we keep them totally objective. Well, this concludes our training in SignalPro orientation, and we hope that it helped familiarize you with our trading philosophy. And that's the vital need for ongoing training and having access to personal mentorship whenever you need it. These truly are the keys to success. We're here to help you reach the full potential of your trading ability, and then keep helping you to improve on your ability every single day. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the trading room.